Got a whale of a tale to tell you, lads. A whale of a tale or two. About a submarine down under the sea, 20,000 leagues neath you and me. A whale of a tale, and it's all true, I swear by my tattoo.
My name is Ned Land. See the picture of the sailor in your storybook? Well, that's me. I want to tell you a story about the time I sailed, not on top of the sea, but 20,000 leagues under the sea. Oh, that's Snoopy the seal. He's right next to me in the picture, tooting his horn.
A whale of a tale, and it's all true, I swear by my tattoo.
It all started many years ago, long before there were airplanes in the sky. Down in the harbor of San Francisco stood a tall, three-masted schooner, the Abraham Lincoln, ready to take me to the South Seas in search of a mysterious monster.
Hee-oh!
The crew raised the anchor.
Yo, heave, ho, raise her from below. Heave with a will, wind the chain until the anchor's off the ground, and we are outward bound. Yo ho, heave ho, yo ho, heave ho.
The wind caught the sails, and off we moved into the Pacific. Just then, I saw two passengers.
I am Professor Aronnax, and this is my nephew, Conseil.
Glad to know you both.
Uncle is a scientist. He wants to find the monster.
Oh, so do I. What do you think it is, Professor?
Some say it is a giant whale. I have my own ideas.
And if we meet this monster, Professor, what will you do?
I am not afraid. We'll study the monster.
And you, Conseil?
Me? Who's afraid of a silly old monster?
The first few weeks passed quietly. And then, one evening, we ran into a tropical hurricane. The ship rolled and dipped. The mizzenmast broke in two.
We're seeking abandoned ship.
Quick, Conseil, into the lifeboat.
All right, Uncle.
I'm right behind you, Professor. It's the three of us in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. I hope we don't meet the monster now.
I dreamed that I was on dry ground, rolling ocean, go away from me. I dreamed that I was safe and sound, rolling ocean, go away.
For 2 days, we drifted in the South Seas. The hurricane had blown itself out, and there was a terrible calm.
Uncle, did you hear that?
A flying fish, I'm sure.
I'm hungry. If we could only catch it.
Wait a minute. That's not a flying fish. Look, it's a seal. A black seal.
In tropical waters, impossible.
It is a seal. And he stopped. And now he's swimming away. I think he wants us to follow him. Let's row. Row as hard as we can.
Wait, Ned, wait. That huge object about 1,000 yards ahead, floating on the water.
It looks like a whale. And the seal, he's jumped on his back.
That's no whale. That's the monster.
Do we dare follow the seal?
I say yes. We drew alongside the huge floating monster.
Ned, you are right. This is no whale. It's a submarine.
Submarine? What's that, Uncle?
The world has never seen a ship like this before. It can travel underwater.
The seal had disappeared, down a hatchway. We followed down a long, winding stairway into the most luxurious room I had ever seen. Deep rugs, tapestries. A bearded man in a captain's uniform sat playing an organ, surrounded by his crew.
The Nautilus is home to us.
Hi, Captain Nemo.
The Nautilus is home to us, and the bottom of the sea is generous.
We'll go a-roving with Captain Nemo. A-roving down in the very depths. We'll go a-roving with you, Captain.
Gentlemen, welcome to the Nautilus. You are the guests of Captain Nemo.
Thank you. We followed the seal.
Yes, I sent him for you. Good boy, Snoopy. Gentlemen, from now on, the Nautilus is your home. You may never again set foot on shore.
Never again set foot on shore.
But how will we live?
The undersea world supplies us with everything.
Well, I'm hungry. Can I have a steak and vegetables?
Simple. The vegetables we get from our own undersea farm. We grow various kinds of seaweed, which my cook fixes up to taste like carrots and cabbage.
Amazing. And the steak?
Brisket of starfish, Professor, seasoned to taste exactly like sirloin.
Nevertheless, Captain, we can't stay here forever.
You will have to. If I let you go, you may tell others the secret of this great submarine. Come, let me show you the rest of this ship.
Captain Nemo took us into the engine room. He showed us the controls that make the ship go up and down. Then he took us into another room and pressed a button.
Look! The walls are moving back. It's a window.
What a magnificent view. Sponges, coral, those fish swimming by.
The view will be even more interesting when we go down 20,000 leagues under the sea.
What'll we see when we reach the bottom? What'll we see when we reach the bottom? What'll we see when we reach the bottom? Way down in the sea, oh.
Lobster, coral, sunken treasure, oysters, pearls beyond all measure, fishes red and green and azure, way down in the sea, oh.
What's that funny noise, Captain Nemo?
The vibrapumps. We're taking on air, getting ready to descend 20,000 leagues under the sea.
You have yet to tell me what makes this vessel go, Captain.
The same power from which the sun itself derives its energy.
But how? I have never heard of such power.
It is my secret. Check the watertight doors. Fill all ballast tanks. Get ready to descend! Down we go!
Down we went. And when we landed, Captain Nemo gave each of us a diving suit. One by one, we were gently shot out into the ocean through a diving tube. And found ourselves standing on the ocean floor.
Professor Aronnax, I'll take you to our undersea farm. We can choose tomorrow's dinner.
Good. Conseil, are you coming with me?
I see an old sunken pirate ship, Uncle. I'd rather explore that.
I'll go with him, Professor.
Excellent. Stick close to Ned, Conseil. We will meet again later aboard the Nautilus.
We half walked, half floated along the bottom of the sea. Thousands of darting fish were on all sides of us. Giant underwater plants seemed to breathe in the ocean.
Here it is, Ned. We can squeeze through this porthole.
There. We're inside.
Look, Ned, a treasure chest. I'll bet it's full of gold and diamonds. We'll be rich.
Stop, Conseil, stop.
What?
Over there, coming at us. A giant sea spider. Conseil and I stood there frozen, not knowing what to do. The underwater creature came closer and closer. And then... It was Snoopy the seal. He swam straight for the sea spider. And drove him away.
Thanks a million, Snoopy. You saved our lives.
Forget the treasure, Conseil. Let's get back to the Nautilus. Maybe it was the scare in the old pirate ship, but when I was back inside the Nautilus, I wanted to go home. I stroked Snoopy's head and thought,
oh, if I had a wish, Miss Snoopy, one small wish, we'd homeward bound be sailing. that's my wish. Only one small wish, Miss Snoopy, one small wish. We'd homeward bound be sailing, that's my wish.
You won't get your wish.
Captain Nemo, you're back.
I don't trust you, Ned Land. I think you'll try to escape.
You can't keep us all here forever.
I can and will. I have a secret to protect. Tomorrow I'm going to surface near a tropical island. To make sure you won't escape, all of you will be locked in your cabins.
It's fine to sail the ocean and see the fancy sights, but nothing's really quite like being home. The world is full of flavor, just made for thrilling flights, but after that it's nice to be back home.
The next morning, Captain Nemo had marched the professor, Conseil, and myself into a small cabin and locked the door.
Look, Uncle and Ned, through this porthole.
A tropical island, and Nemo's men are rowing ashore.
What island is that?
From the trees and vegetation, it would seem to be one of the islands near New Guinea.
I thought Captain Nemo never went ashore, Uncle.
Never ashore to civilization, Conseil. But this island is wild, and if there are people on it, they are probably cannibals.
Cannibals or not, I wish I were ashore.
Ned, listen.
It's Snoopy the seal on the other side of the cabin door.
Did you hear that?
Snoopy's pushing something under the door.
It's a key.
The key to this cabin. We'll be free. We had the door open in a twinkle. All had gone ashore and the Nautilus was deserted. We headed for the engine room. Can you start this submarine, Professor?
I think so. Let me sight through the periscope first.
Uncle, I want to look too.
In a moment, boy. Good heavens.
What's wrong, Professor?
Captain Nemo and his men, I can see them on the island.
Well, what about them?
They've been captured by cannibals.
When we were adrift in the South Seas, after the Abraham Lincoln had sunk, Captain Nemo saved our lives. Now we felt we must repay him. Conseil found some rockets aboard the sub. We climbed up on deck and fired the rockets. The noise and the flame frightened the cannibals. In the confusion, Captain Nemo and his men were able to flee back to the Nautilus.
Quickly, batten the hatches. When those cannibals recover their wits, they'll be after us.
In a flash, the cannibals paddled across the water and swarmed over the deck.
Let me at that switch under the wheel.
What is it?
Electricity. Wired to the deck. Won't hurt them, just give them a shock.
The current reached their feet. They're jumping into the water.
Then we're safe. Ned, Professor, Conseil, you've saved my life, and I thank you. Take one of my small boats, and in a few hours, you'll be back in civilization.
Captain, come with us. Share your secret with the world.
This is my home, Professor, the sea and the world beneath it.
Captain Nemo,
Yes, my son.
I've become awfully fond of Snoopy and...
Take him, son, to remember me by.
In a few minutes, we were in our boat, waving goodbye to Captain Nemo on the deck of the Nautilus. And that's the end of my story.
A whale of a tale, and it's all true. I swear by my tattoo. Yes, I swear by my tattoo.
Goodbye.